Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, May 18th. Just got back late last night from Kauai. And, despite one kind of issue that came up during the process, it was an amazing vacation. It was when ziplining, scuba diving, hiking, kayaking, cliff jumping, more hiking, and just taking in the sights and and all and everything that Kauai has to offer. And if you have never been to any of the islands, it's sort of like the Big Island, which is Hawaii. That's the one where they have all the volcanic eruptions at the moment. That's a huge island, national parks there, a lot of stuff to do. Oahu, and Oahu's where Honolulu is. That's where the capital is. A lot of nightlife, great beach down in Waikiki. Maui, never been there. Maui apparently is a lot more. It's a lot more of a not as cut off from the world as Kauai is, but it's a lot of fun there as well, and a good, decent nightlife. And then you have a few of the other islands, which are, I'm not sure if they're habitable or not. I'm pretty sure there's people there, but it's not as big and as relevant as the other ones. And then Kauai is pretty cut off. It's you get there, you see chickens everywhere. There's one Walmart, one like one Ace Hardware, one Costco, but it's in the city of Lihue, where the airport is, it's kind of it's developed. You'll see, it looks like a lot of other like Hawaiian towns that you see, but then you drive up the coast where we were staying. We went past Kapa'a and then stayed up in Princeville. Princeville is probably the northernmost part of the island. It's nicer up there, a little more cut off from a lot of the other issues that around the cities and crime and all that, but not much crime there either. But it was great. We had a great time. I'm gonna upload some videos, some zip lining videos, and we went jumped into Queen's Bath, jumped off the rock into Queen's Bath, did scuba diving, managed to do a couple of hikes, and all of this despite the fact that our daughter got a call from daycare saying that there was an outbreak of hand, foot, and mouth, and that the person who originally brought it into the daycare center was positive for it, and that a couple other kids were starting to show symptoms of it. We were kind of thinking, well, we left early, so it was maybe a day, at least one day less than everyone else of exposure. And we get out there, and she started having some symptoms. She never got bad, but it was enough to give her a little bit of a slight level of discomfort for a while, primarily in the mouth. Kind of complained about that a little bit, but it got better. Had a great flight back. She slept most of the way, and it was an awesome vacation. It was a great time, and a lot of the adventures, like first time bucket list stuff. I did a little bit of zip lining in New York, but this was much bigger and much more, primarily just zip lining. I did sort of minor versions of zip lining along with an obstacle course out in the Adirondacks in New York. But scuba diving was one. We did kayaking again, which was fun. It's not the most. It's more of just sort of a relaxing thing to do on the Honolulu River, but it was enough to get my legs burned. So I got these. Usually they're pasty white legs, and right now they're just burnt red on top of the shins. I didn't manage to get it all the way up the thigh, Here's my shorts, but I got burned a little bit. So, and it's not too bad either. It's not going to peel or anything. I don't think I'm going to peel at all, actually, which is great. But yeah, if you ever do, I would suggest for Kauai, if you're an outdoorsman, there's a book called what is it called? It's Trailblazing Kauai, and it's full of like snorkeling ideas, scuba diving ideas, hikes, places to do outdoorsy stuff. Trailblazer Kauai, I think it's what it's called, and it gave me a lot of insight to some hikes. Some of the hikes, like there's an 11-mile coast along the Nepali Ridge that a lot of people like to do. That's very, very popular, and you get to see the cliffs that you see in Jurassic Park. Those were closed because the road was washed out, so we couldn't do that one. But did some other ones in sort of the middle of the island that were nice. We've already done. Another place to go is the Waimea Canyon, which is sort of a smaller, much more sort of friendlier weather than the Grand Canyon. It's a canyon, but it's a smaller version of it. But the Waimea Canyon is beautiful as well. We've done that one before. The last time, didn't go to this time. It's quite a drive from where we were staying, so it is possible to go up there for now. But there's a lot of washouts past Hanalei, towards a lot of those beaches that are up there. The wet and dry caves are all washed out. A lot of the beaches on the Hanalei Pier, those homes, multi-million-dollar homes, are all washed out. And just the way that the neighborhood was set up, it kind of made sense as to why those were washed out, because you had the Hanalei River behind all the houses, and then you had these little reservoirs / lakes in front. So you had a river, reservoir, lakes, ocean, and in between the reservoirs and lakes, you had these homes. And so when they had 47 inches in one day, it flooded the river, it flooded the lakes, and it rushed out to the ocean where the water naturally goes. And all the homes that were in between the pier or the lakes and the reservoirs and the ocean, those were all washed out. And so because of the low points, it created this massive flooding that it uprooted a lot of these homes. And so the damage there was it was a tremendous amount of damage. So it was a little difficult getting around to those areas, but just seeing that damage to those homes, and you have to import everything. If you have to replace something or fix something, or you have to import old tiles and stuff. So it's extremely expensive to rebuild and to remodel homes in Kauai. It's very expensive to get things there. So we also laid out some lays for our lost loved ones, and I did one for my mom, and sent a lay out into the ocean from the Hanalei Pier, and sent my condolences and everything, and wished her well and happy Mother's Day and all that. So that was nice. We did that on Mother's Day. So anyway, I'm going to keep this video under 9 minutes. It's great to be back. I'm a little tired, but I'd rather go to work on a Friday instead of a Monday. So anyway, that's why I chose to do it. It's sort of a mental thing. Going back on Monday, you feel so behind, and I go back on a Friday, I get caught up a little bit, sort of acclimated to how things were at work, and then from there, it's I'm back to the grind on Monday, and I'm already sort of back in the swing of things. So it feels good to be back, heading into work right now. So have a great day. I'll see you probably on Monday morning.